Okay, here we are. Jacob's Green. Welcome, YouTubers. This is the, I don't know, fourth segment to this process in the beer bottling. It's a crappy day at Jacob's Green, so we're bottling beer today. We're having a few wobbly pops, and we're bottling beer. So, I've got these all sanitized. I've showed you that in a few previous videos, and I've got them back in the boxes. They like the boxes here. It makes it a lot easier just to bottle them, right? So I keep these paper towels on them, keep the dust off, because you know the dust travels. So I'm pretty much ready to take it from the carboy, or sorry, the priming bucket, which I showed you earlier. The priming bucket has all the beer in it, and it is, well, the foam has subsided quite a bit. It looks like the corn sugar has dissolved in the liquid, in the beer. So it's ready to go into the bottles. So that priming sugar basically will carbonate the beer. The living yeast that's left in the bucket will eat that priming sugar while it's in the bucket, and it will create CO2, and that CO2 has nowhere to go except to pressurize itself into the liquid, into the beer. This here is a bottling wand. It hits the bottom, fills the beer. I gotta keep an eye on the goddamn thing, because you know it'll overflow if I don't. But as soon as I lift it up, it stops. So I need to sanitize that one more time, because it's been sitting in the air for about, I don't know, 15 minutes, and you know, I had a bit of a wobbly pop, and you know, the dust in the air, it has, like I said earlier in one of my other videos, it's got microbial yeast and bacteria that will harm the beer. So we do whatever we can to sanitize and practice preventative medicine and keep everything nice and clean, because we're going to share these with our friends, and we don't want them, you know, getting sick off of some crappy half-assed job, right? So the trick to this bottling wand is to, because there's a lot of pressure in the bucket, and I've got my bucket notched out so that I can just set in the auto siphon, and it'll sit there in the notch nice and comfortably, and it won't move around. And I just hold this down so it doesn't create too much pressure, and I give it a little auto siphon and get that beer moving. And there it goes. It's moving now. So at this point, I'm just watching these bottles fill, and I'm moving from one bottle to the next. See, that bad boy is full, and I just move to the next, and I've got a thing full of caps and some sanitizing solution. It's a Camden solution. You know, I don't have a Star San. I can't find a Star San anywhere. This is Canada, you know. I keep my money in a fucking snowbank. So yeah, if you know where any Star San is, if you can get me some, I'd be very much appreciative. Anyway, yeah, that's the process. You just pretty much, I got this, I don't want to get too much water in them, because then it gives me the illusion that I'm over squeezing my bottles, because once they're all full like that, I'm just snapping the caps on very lightly so they don't get any dust in the bottles. But once all these are full, I will have to tighten the caps down And while I'm tightening the caps down, I want to squeeze the air out of the bottles. Because again, we don't want to get air in the bottles. We don't want to get air in the beer. That'll just make the beer taste bad. So we try to keep the air out as much as possible. I will squeeze the air out of these bottles and tighten the caps down. And then I'll mark the caps and set them over there in a warm spot for a week. To begin their process, let the yeast do its thing with that new sugar. It's just gonna like it. And then after a week, you put it into a cooler environment, slightly cooler, in 60 degrees. And after 2 weeks, like that, you're enjoying nice frosty beverages. Oh yeah. You and your friends, whatever. I like to do about 80 gallons at a time. That way I've got enough overtime, every week, every 2 weeks I've got 80 gallons. That's enough to share and age and hone the process to your liking. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much that. We're bottling beer now. These buckets will get empty after about 40 bottles. Ooh, that one overflowed. I keep my eyeball on her, biatch. Can't get distracted. I get a bit of a buzz on today too. A couple of these wobbly pops, nice and. Anyway, yeah. Once these carboids are empty, I will rack some from the buckets into the carboids, get them out of that plastic, and then I'll make another video on how we fill them buckets, what we put in them. Ingredients for beer. And as we go along, we'll be covering a lot of things like organics, how to substitute things like sugar, like table sugar or even the corn sugar. I can give you a natural organic remedy or a natural organic substitute for sugar, and things like isinglass. We use the isinglass to clarify the wine, which we know comes from a fish, and if you don't, if you don't want any animal in your diet, then we have a substitute for that as well. It's a different process, but yeah, pretty much. If you have any questions, feel free and I will definitely get back to you on those. So I'm going to fill all these beers. I got about 80 of them to do today. They're half pints, or half liters, sorry. So that's about 40 liters, 46 liters maybe if I'm lucky. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, share, comment, follow. Contribute. I love you. Peace out.